Answers in Genesis. No matter what you conclude about the age of the universe, you will have to rely on assumptions that you do not have the evidence to prove nor sustain. How old is the universe? How long was the creation account? Was it days? Was it weeks? Was it millions or billions of years? Let's have this conversation today on Justified by Score. I believe the biblical account of creation is both factual and accurate. At the same time, I believe that individuals make claims that the Bible does not. Genesis 1:1, in the beginning. When was the beginning? I don't know. But I do know some time ago, God got started. He began the beginning. So for the purpose and intent of this video, I'm going to stay with the biblical views and arguments on the matter. Some people hold the biblical view that creation account was millions of years or allegorical. Some hold that creation account in Genesis to be several thousand years old. That is a big gap. Either view you hold, you will have to rely on assumptions that you do not have the evidence to confirm. Now, don't get in my comments and be like, gotcha. It's not a gotcha moment. Don't be like, oh, Christians can't agree on how long ago it was, so they are all wrong. If you're going to make that statement, I will apply the same logic to your statement about evolutionary theories. Some say trillions of years, some say billions of years. So according to your logic, they're all wrong as well. Let's talk about the problems with the literal day view, though. How long were days 1, 2, and 3? If you're going to tell me that it was a 24-hour period as we understand it today, well, how could that be if there was no sun and no moon yet? If you then respond to say that it was the author's intended, it's what the author intended by the term day, you're employing assumptions that you do not have evidence to sustain. Let me give you a clear example. Genesis 1, chapter 1, verse 5 says that God called the light day, and he called the darkness night, and the evening and the morning were the first day. So, in one verse, the author uses the term day, the Hebrew term yom, to identify two time periods. And the term yom could also mean a period of time or an age as well. And if the first day did not consist of the sun and the moon, then what standard of measurement are you using to establish the time frame in which the darkness and the light consisted? Any answer that you give will be filled with assumptions that you do not have the evidence to support. Another problem with the literal 6-day view or 7-day view is day 6. In day 6, God created animals. Then God creates man. Then God puts man in the garden. Then God makes Adam work. Then God also has Adam name all of the animals. And God sees Adam working. And as he is naming the animals, Adam understands that there is not a suitable companion for him. Then God puts him to sleep. And then he makes Eve. This whole dynamic alludes to this being longer than one specific day. But again, I will put myself under the same standard. Even if I make that claim, I will have to rely on assumptions that I do not have evidence to support. But it's logical. The most interesting evidence, though, is day 7. How long was day 7? Well, according to biblical scholars and a Hebraic mindset, we are still currently in day 7. The 7th day of creation carries on throughout all of the centuries and even continues today. Because this is true, it would also make it logical to believe that the other days may carry the same inferences of age. In this episode, I did not get into the issues with the long days theories, just the specific short days theories. In the next episode, we'll dive into the problems and issues with the days being ages or long periods of time. And I hope you enjoyed and gained some valuable information. And if you disagree with me, it's okay. One thing I want you to remember with these episodes and everything that I'm saying is the good thing, the healthy thing about these ones is we can have disagreements and we can have dialogue. And the great thing about is if we disagree on this subject, it has nothing, then we reiterate, it has nothing to do with our salvation. It has no bearing and it carries no weight on if you are saved or not. I hope this episode taught you a thing or two about a thing or two, and I appreciate you. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Of course, Lord willing. Peace and grace.